Hello everyone, my name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute. Thanks so much for joining me for Preston's Ponderings. Well, in a previous segment, I took note of the fact that we were going to get back to Matthew 16, 27, and 28, and I then began to demonstrate that while we're being told that the Japanese earthquake is a sign of the end, that it cannot be referring to Matthew 16:28 because Matthew 16:28 is a prediction of the second coming, we are told, which occurs 7 years after the rapture, and there are no signs of the rapture, okay? So you can't say we're seeing signs of the end without saying it's signs of the rapture, but that contradicts the dispensational view that there are no signs of the rapture. But you cannot say that there are signs of the second coming because those signs do not occur until, we are told by Thomas Ice, until after the rapture. Do you see the problem? Okay. Likewise, you cannot point to Matthew 16, 27, and 28 and say that what we are seeing in our world today, that is, the Japanese earthquake and earthquakes all around the world and wars and famines and floods, you cannot point to those as the fulfillment of Matthew chapter 24 taking place in our time and point to Matthew 16, 27. Why? Because Matthew 16, 27 is the judgment of all men, which ostensibly occurs at the end of the millennium. Wow! Now, some dispensationalists likewise apply Matthew 16:27 to the second coming. Now, that's not all that common in the dispensational world. They divide Matthew 16:27 from verse 28 into two different events. But the bottom line is, again, let me make this observation. Many dispensationalists see Matthew 16:27 the judgment of all men at the end of the millennium. Well, there are several problems with that. Number one, you can't point to the Japanese earthquake and those horrors as signs as the imminent fulfillment of Matthew 16:27 if Matthew 16:27 does not take place until the end of the millennium. Wouldn't that mean we're in the millennium right now? And wouldn't that mean that the end of the millennium is imminent right now if the signs are indicating the end is near? Well, you see, that's not going to work. Secondly, there is no coming of the Lord at the end of the millennium. Period. Jesus is already on earth. He doesn't come out of heaven. He doesn't come in flaming fire at the end of the millennium. He's already on earth. There are just problem after problem after problem. The final point being, you cannot in any way, shape, form, or fashion point to the Japanese earthquake as an indication that Matthew 16:27 or 28 is in any way related to the signs or to the events that we are seeing today. The dispensational view simply has no place for the imminent fulfillment, i.e., as signs indicative of their imminent coming. There's no place for the dispensational view of the imminent fulfillment of Matthew 16:27 or 28. Once again, the Japanese earthquake, the tsunami, have nothing whatsoever to do with any claimed imminent end of the age. We'll have more. Thanks for joining me for Preston's Ponderings.